how can you live happily with yourself if you're not true to yourself completely, right? And being true is like being face to face with your flaws, your insecurities, and just knowing at the complete base level what kind of person you are. Freshman year, I came to the US and just started like working on a lot of stuff because I was just excited. I was just like, okay, it's a clean slate. You have no baggage or anything. You can just start get going, make identity for yourself, and just be known on campus. That's what my goal was, and I'm happy I was able to achieve it. But it came at a price. Basically, right off the bat, started freshman year, I got into like every club that I saw on Library Walk. I was like, okay, I would join like 12 clubs every quarter. I would keep six and I would enroll six or seven new ones next quarter. I would drop the ones I didn't like. I would start again in every quarter. And then I picked up on internships, work on campus and research labs and everything. So I was doing a lot of stuff. It was just like back to back to back. Like right as I started week 4 of freshman fall, I was like, okay, let's go. Let's start making an identity. Let's start finding out what I really like, because the major I got in with, I didn't really like it, and I wanted to switch around and see exactly what I like. So it was a lot of work in the back of my mind that was going on, that was kind of pushing me towards pursuing a lot of opportunities, and I did, and it really helped me. I'm still reaping the benefits of a lot of them, because like, success builds over success, and like you need to just get involved, be proactive. So that kind of pushed me. Now, when I took a break from that, when I was working there and I took a break, like a week or 2 long week there, and I had this halt and progress. Basically, I was like, okay, I'm gonna just take a break for myself and see review what happened the past 2 years, because now you're an upper class and you want to make a decision what's going on and what your trajectory kind of looks like after graduation. So I did that. During that, I realized I had a lot of anxiety about a lot of things. Like it was about me, about how I perceive myself, how others perceive myself, even though it shouldn't matter, but it did back in the day. Like now I'm a lot more controlled, but I'm really just about like how I feel about myself, and do I like the way I am right now, and do I like the progress I'm making. It was really inert. But back then it was really like, okay, what kind of vibe I'm putting outside? Do people like me? Am I even good enough? People are saying, are you doing a good job? But now I'm in these competitive backgrounds, like competitive situations where I have to outperform people, or we have to do better and live up to the name I've been able to construct myself, right? So there's a lot of anxiety and pressure. It was not a lot of forced pressure from a lot of people. It was pressure that I think I was inducing on myself. But you kind of do that if you have really high expectations from yourself. Like a lot of people who want to do a lot with their life probably do feel that way, that okay, you have to meet your own expectations, which are a lot higher than anyone else ever expect from you, which you don't really see. You kind of shrouded in that, okay, a lot of people are expecting from me, so I have to do it. But realistically, it's your own anxiety, and like it's your own perception of you, that okay, I'm not good enough yet, I have to keep pushing and pushing, and you never basically satisfy yourself. And the pros and cons to the whole thing. But at the end of sophomore year, that's when I realized, okay, I need to take a break and kind of understand and have a real conversation with myself, exactly what's going on, why I'm in a rush, why I'm not really super happy doing what I am, and why I'm always like chasing the next thing, right? I finish the last stuff, I do a really good job, and then I'm on to the next stuff. But it's never like, oh, halt, take a breath, be grateful, see what you just did, and then move on to like the next bigger step, right? It's always about just go, and that build it up, and that kind of not really exploded, but I had the first interface with it at the end of sophomore year, if that makes sense. It was a long journey, I would say. Like as soon as you identify that, like as soon as like your brain switches from, oh, it's not just your drive, it's basically you're kind of running away from dealing with what you really think of yourself, by just keep getting involved with different stuff, and like just building up stuff on top of each other. Like building up stuff was like, oh, how do I beef up my resume, how do I listen to myself to understand, okay, what I want to do, right? Like those kind of answers, instead of really going deep with myself on those concerns, I was just pushing and pushing and pushing. Okay, let's move on to the next task, just in a way to identify actually what I want to do. But that was a really bad approach that really messed me up when graduation came in. When I graduated, that's when I would say realistically, I had a real interface with all the baggage just coming back into me. and just everything being on the table and be like, okay, now deal with this shit, right? That's what basically happened. That's literally what it felt like. And the major reason why that happened was I really attached myself to things and people like a lot. What that means is that I was attached with this identity of me being Samarth UCSD student and doing everything else on top of that. I was just conflicted as to what I am or who I am, right, and where I'm going. And that's really when I got the opportunity to kind of visit back, like, okay, why did none of this come up in the past 4 years? Why is it all coming in together right now? What really kept me from really thinking about these things before? And how should I manage this and kind of go at full force again after coming back from this kind of dip in my mental health, right? That was key, because I can't just stay like that for like months at stretch, right? That's really counterproductive. It's with not being able to sort that out, what it did, it made it worse, because you don't know how to deal with it. And then like you see all this time just wasted and just don't know what it's going now, right? So that's when I really had a chance to interface with the whole mental health issue that I was facing overall. It wasn't me back there. Like when in high school in New Delhi, I wasn't really true to myself back then, and I was a really weak individual overall, like physically and mentally everywhere. Like I was just a weak individual. Didn't have a voice, didn't have an opinion, didn't know really what I was doing, right? So when I came to UCSD, it was a really, really positive experience for me just to be in this environment where I could make this name again from scratch, and like there was nothing associated with it, right? So definitely it helped my mental health like a lot more than making it worse, to be honest. Like I felt like home when I came. Right off the bat, I was feeling like, okay, I kind of belong here. It's good. The opportunities are good. I found the good people. I found the nice people. I found my group, and then I found like a vision that I want to pursue, and that really helped strengthen the core identity that I had for myself. And the good thing what happened is like I didn't have a breakdown during college. That was a really key thing. The breakdown kind of happened right after graduation happened. But by then, I was already really confident in myself. What I did was I knew in the back of my mind, okay, when was I most satisfied and kind of happy with what I was doing in my life? I kind of had that mapped. I knew exactly at what points in the 4 years of college career I was the happiest and kind of felt most satisfied and driven, right? That I knew that point. I knew the circumstances that led to that. And I compared that to what was happening right now. And why am I not feeling like that right now, and why am I feeling so much worse? Because it should have gotten better. Like I should have felt like that for a longer period of time, but I'm not feeling that right now. I'm probably in the worst mental states of my life right now, but I was best in the past. So what led to that being the best part, right? Like that's why you got to have a conversation with yourself and kind of identify, okay, what led that time to be an ideal time for you? Now that you're looking back at it, why does that specific instance, or why that specific period seems to be so much better than what it is right now, right? Just be true to yourself, like absolutely true. Like be naked with yourself, that's what I say. And just believe in yourself, that's it. It's two things, not that hard to do. Seems like a lot to do, but at the core of it, it's pretty doable, I would say. Like as soon as you can be completely naked with you and be like, oh, I like the person, whatever stage you're at right now, like this is all a journey, right? Like it's not gonna be like you want to be a perfect person right away. There's no fun in that. There's no stories in that. Like at least that's how I live. Like I want the flaws and insecurities in me to be there so I can go through them and have a whole ass journey planned out of it, right? If everything is sorted and if you're this perfect human being, then why even live any longer after that, right? Like there's no point. Well, what are you shooting for at that point, right? You're just shooting to improve yourself as a human being, as a person. That's what I would put on a board. It would be like just be true to yourself, be naked with yourself, just believe in yourself. You're fine.
Thanks for watching. Hit the like button and comment with your thoughts and experiences. If you'd like to see more content like this, please make sure to follow @RealLifeVideos. Let's rehumanize.